Welcome back to another episode of EDC with me, and today I have got a update on my Cold Steels SRK and SRK-C. So I've reviewed both of these knives now, and as you can see on the image here, I have decided to make a change, or maybe you can't see. I've decided that this should be one set of survival knife. So I just recently watched a Gideon's Tactical that just kind of reaffirmed my action in creating this ultimate combination. And in that video, he had mentioned some of the same concerns that I had. And that is basically that the compact, which I do like quite a bit, is more of a hunting knife opposed to a survival knife. I don't know if that's the best way to describe what I mean, but basically there's a few things that are kind of happening here. This knife is great, nice and lightweight, easy to manipulate, very sharp, great acute tip, flat grind. This knife feels like a tactical buck hunting knife. That may be a better way to say it. So as much as I like this knife and as much as I would carry this knife out in the woods, to me it feels like it's meant for processing game. That is what this knife feels like. Now, you can interpret that however you want. If you want to interpret that as a tactical knife, you could in some ways. But where it's lacking that its older, bigger brother does not seem to lack, is this thing. I mean, this, you feel like you can process wood, you feel like you can bushcraft with it. So when it comes to survival scenarios, having this is going to afford you the capabilities to not only survive but thrive in certain instances. Now, all of that said, I do feel like the SRK is the superior choice between the two, just overall, because just like the smaller model, it does have a very acute tip. You could do quite a bit of processing with it. Now, it's not going to be done with as much accuracy because not only is it smaller overall, still an acute tip, but it's a thinner gauge of steel, which allows for a bit more precision. So it's almost like this is kind of the beefy tactical do-all, and then this is the precision blade. So with all of that said, that has led me to this here. Now, it carries quite well. This is the original strap here for the SRK, and then this is the just the smaller Secure X sheath without the strap. It carries quite well. It's obviously going to be a bit heavier than either by themselves. That said, it still carries very well. The retention is good enough on this that I'm not worried about losing it, even though I don't have the extra strap like we do up above. This extra strap does not seem to get in the way. I'm able to push off here without any problem and retrieve the smaller knife. When you pop this guy here, you could go down here like you normally would off the sheath, but you can also push right off the butt of the compact. So to me, this is more appropriate. If I'm gonna carry one or the other, I'm obviously gonna carry the SRK full size. But if I don't have to choose between both, I'm gonna carry both. And I feel like I'm accomplishing that here. If you're doing super long hiking through the woods or trekking, this has more weight to it. That said, I've carried knives that are heavier than this, and they're just one knife. So to me, it's not a big deal. I've added paracord, again, just kind of in that mindset of survival, having some extra cordage on you. I've also added a ferrocerium rod in the space between the two, because why not? There's space for it. And then on the back, I've added a Smith & Wesson sharpening diamond stone. So when the time comes for any type of maintenance, you have it if you don't have access to any other sharpening systems. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. It's a monster, it's a behemoth, but to me, I feel like this is a win-win. It addresses some of the things I'm feeling about between the two knives just by combining them. And you know, one is none, two is one. This fits right into that. Let me know what you think. I'm super excited about carrying it in this fashion. Thanks, guys.